You know what is funny about the Tau? That people can't agree which caste is most dangerous of them all. Which of them poses the greatest potential threat to the Milky Way galaxy and the Imperium of man. Fire Caste proven to be very competent in waging war. Shadow Sun managed to outsneak Raven Guard and outmaneuver White Scars. Farsight managed to figure out Imperial doctrine of both Guard and Astartes by simply observing them and codify it in his own codex, the Mirror Codex. That's not something people just casually do in this universe. Air Caste rules the skies and the void, and while their vessels are not as impressive as those of Imperium of Man, they showed their skill more than once. Titan Legios refused to deploy on battlefields where Tau have air superiority for a reason. Water Caste are superb negotiators. They turn loyal Imperial worlds into Tau subjects. They convinced dozens of species to join Tau Empire. But they also managed to fool and manipulate Space Marines into attacking loyalists and turning an entire world into traitors to the Imperium. They played Angels of Death like a damn fiddle. Ethereals have the aura of authority so strong that they can bend the will of the entire species to their designs. Some even say that they have mind-controlling pheromones that might influence more than just Tau. Each of them pose a threat, but most people forget the most important one: Earth Caste. As a species of Tau made of tech savants, mad scientists, and people of such creativity that they pushed Tau technological development from Stone Age into interstellar empire that could challenge other civilizations of Milky Way galaxy within 6,000 years. I will be honest with you. Earth Caste scares the ever-loving shit out of me. And in this video, I will give you more than enough of proof as to why you should be scared of them as well. Before we begin, remember to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, the whole shtick. You know what to do. If you can, support me on Patreon, Ko-fi, or Buy Me Coffee. I would appreciate it very much. With that out of the way, let's get to it. Earth Caste is the most important of all castes of a Tau. And I'm not making this statement lightly. Remember, the Tau Empire is built on the shoulders and with the hands of the Earth Caste. They were first to build cities on their homeworld, first to develop black powder weapons, and first to distribute them. The reason for Mon Tau, the Age of Terror, the time in the Tau history when all subspecies were fighting between each other to the point of bringing entire species to the edge of extinction, in the age of black powder weapons, happened because Earth Caste allowed for the spread of this technology before Tau society was mature enough to fully comprehend its destructive power. If I had to condense the nature of Earth Caste into a single quote, it would be...
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they didn't stop to think if they should.
And if you think about the Earth Caste with this quote in mind for more than 5 minutes, you will come to a terrifying realization. Earth Caste has the greatest destructive potential because they are the most creative of all Tau. They are the reason behind the incredible speed of Tau technological progress. They are the reason why Tau can be considered a threat, and why this threat becomes greater the more time they have to advance their technology. But I think I should support my statement with some examples of their achievements. So let's start with something simple. Tinek La, one of the worlds in the far side enclaves. A crystal, almost transparent world that was transformed into geodesic sphere gem by the Earth Caste. And they did it because they could. They did this for fun. And this example is lightweight compared to other stuff they created when they were being serious. What about Slipstream Drive? People laugh at the fact how Tau messed up with the fourth sphere of expansion and how they lost majority of the fleet in the warp. But here is a thing. After the mass activation of this new drive and creation of a vortex in reality, the anomaly stabilized into a proper wormhole that allows Tau to travel an insane distance far faster than warp drive and possibly faster than webway. The first mass use of this drive was a tragedy, yes, but I think people missed the biggest point of this event. Tau developed a new form of FTL in 40k universe. Can you even start to comprehend the implication of this fact? The initial tests with singular vessels were successful, and we don't have dozens of mini wormholes through the Tau Empire, which means Slipstream Drive allows for creation of stable wormholes that collapse after their use. Earth Caste managed to develop a new, safe, if not used en masse, form of faster than light travel. Eldar stole Old One's webway. Necrons breached it with dormant gates to use it as well. Emperor himself was building his own webway project using the creation of the Old Ones for the sake of humanity's future. But the Earth Caste? Earth Caste created something completely new on their own. The drive needs updates, that much is clear, but knowing the Earth Caste, there is high possibility they will figure it out. The greatest weakness of the Tau Empire, their extremely slow FTL, will disappear, which means that Tau could dictate the tempo of any new war. The potential of the Slipstream Drive cannot be ignored. A similar, semi-failed project was Tau's attempt to mine stars. This is not a joke, I am not making it up, it is an actual thing they tried to do. They tried to drain stars of resources and energy to use in fuel and manufacture, but it didn't work. The stars turned supernova and blew everything up. Yes, stars, plural. It happened more than once. So the star mining didn't work out. but Earth Caste is trying to turn this failure into a success by attempting to make a weapon out of it. Yeah. Tau are currently trying to figure out how to make literal star killers. Exterminators of a planet? Ha! That's for pansies. Tau are now on their way to figure out how to kill entire star systems. Sure, they didn't figure it out yet, but they are trying to. And that should scare you. Okay, I told you about what Earth Caste created for fun, and what creations didn't work out exactly how they wanted. So now, let me tell you about what they created that did work, as intended. Tau are amazing at terraforming. They have many tools to transform planets into habitable colonies or help them fix environment. Everything from atmosphere control to seismic charges to move continents. They are commonly known as world shapers. And yes, they have been used in war. In Empire of Lies, Farsight commands Earth Caste to use world shapers to defeat an orc war. On Ocean Planet, they cause massive tsunamis that drown orcs. On another world, they create earthquakes and volcanoes to break orc armies. On their capital world, they ignited the goddamn atmosphere to kill off all the orcs and their spores, and then they fixed the atmosphere and environment after they were done. Let me put the power of the world shapers into perspective. You can deploy the entirety of Black Templar's chapter, multiple orders of Sisters of Battle, millions of Skitarii and billions of guardsmen. I don't care if entire Titan legions and Night Houses march on the planet alongside them, because a short stack Earth Caste just pushed a funny blue button and now all of them are extras in 2012 movie. To say that you are screwed is an understatement. Earth Caste can use the planet to kill you and then fix it and make it habitable colony within the same damn year, if not sooner. I am sorry to tell you, but you don't stand a chance. What about their cloning technology? Earth Caste created artificial copies of both allied and hostile species for the Fire Caste to train against in their combat dawns. Ultramarines were almost fooled by artificial created copies of Space Marines. They weren't perfect copies and lacked Astartes training, but what they saw was basically an alpha version of them, maybe a beta version. Earth Caste was still figuring them out. Tau cloning technology is good enough that people who lose limbs can have them replaced with clone replacements in matter of days, maybe weeks. What about Brightsword, a Tau commander who died multiple times and his clones take his place? That's not a small feat, especially since Brightsword personality and the majority of memories don't change. So Tau managed to create a psychologically stable clone of a person that retains personality, memories, and talents of the original. That's quite impressive. It means that every person of importance and of enough talent can be brought back to the living thanks to Tau cloning technology. What about neurochips and personality engrams? Earth Caste develop a reliable way of creating a digital copy of a person, a true ghost in the shell, if you will. Aun Va, the Ethereal Supreme, is currently such digital copy, ruling the Tau Empire. Oblatai, old mentor of Farsight, continues to serve as a war ghost. And those two are just the known ones. As far as we know, there might be many more. And I might surprise you, but this isn't the only way Earth Caste cheated the very concept of mortality. What else did they create?
Nanomachine, son!
Oh yes, Ovessa, the Stone Dragon, one of the 8 and friend to Commander Farsight, created microdrones to extend his lifespan for as long as he desires. He also helped develop self-replicating poisons and time-delayed necrotizing agents that killed an entire hive fleet that was consuming the world of your loss. Some say these poisons and necrotizing agents were based on this microdrone technology. So Earth Caste created machines that can keep people young for as long as they want, and were most likely used to kill the entire damn hive fleet. Or, what is more scary, those self-replicating poisons and necrotizing agents are unrelated to nanomachines. And that's just something they managed to figure out. And we can't be sure if Tyranids can adapt to such time-delayed bioweapon that activates all at once when it's already spread out through the entire fleet, nor how costly the adaptation to counter such weapon was for the hive mind if they did. And all of those above, it's just the tip of a damn iceberg. I didn't even mention Satsia, a Tau hive world with trillions of people living in a clear, eco-friendly environment, because Earth Caste city planning is on a god level. I spoke not about World of Kortal, a Tau colony orbiting a goddamn black hole, where they harvest pure dark matter for their technology. Yeah, colony orbiting a black hole, where they harvest dark matter. That's a thing. I didn't mention how seeing Titans wasn't terrifying to the Earth Caste, but they took it as a challenge and more likely inspiration. That's why Storm Surge and Supremacy were built. I didn't explore the fact how they managed to adapt technology and knowledge of dozens of species to be used in their own designs. Nor did I explore drones, pulse weapons, fusion weapons, battlesuits, stealth fields, shield generators, power cells, plasma generators, their insane levels of efficiency, or continent-size fortress stations known as Tashiro. Earth Caste are the powerhouse of the Tau Empire, the true core of their potential. And their abilities are pushing Tau at all speed towards the moment when they reach the level of human dark age of technology. Or maybe even beyond that. What Earth Caste built to date is already scraping the borders of dark age of technology. Some could even argue that they already have their own Men of Iron. And yes, there is a chance Tau AI will rebel against them, even if I have my reasons to doubt it. Let's say it's a certainty that there is no other way but for Tau AI to rebel against them. In this case, one question still stands. Will it rebel before or after the banner of Tau Va flies over 1,000,000 worlds of a Milky Way galaxy? That's about it. But before we end, I must extend my thanks to Hayden Lumpkin once more for creating another art piece for my Damocles Gulf Crusade rewrite series. This time it's an image of a void battle between Imperial Navy and combined fleets of a coalition. You can see Tau Protection Fleet, crude war spheres, Tannin attack cruisers firing swarms of missiles, and even Mechian warships ready to bring rightful vengeance upon Imperial scum. Incredible show of his talent, as always. I would also like to extend my thanks to the growing number of patrons who have access to voting power, early access to videos, and even work-in-progress scripts, depending on the tier of support. And of course, I encourage all of you who can to support me as well. If you can, please like, comment, subscribe, and ring-ding that bell. I would appreciate it very much. But I think that's it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed. Now, my dear viewers and listeners, remember, wherever you are, whatever you do, try to enjoy yourself while you can. I wish you most heretical day. Ta-ta!